Hello, families. Before we start, let's look at a few vocabulary terms that we'll need to know in order to understand this presentation. The first is basketball. Basketball is a sport that requires a lot of practice, running around, blocking, stealing the ball, and making shots for points into a basket. The second word we need to know about is success. Success is to try for something and get it. When you have success, you're able to do what you want to do. It could mean reading a book at a new level, making the sports teams you tried out for, or reaching a new goal. Failure. Failure is the opposite of success. It means you weren't successful. When you fail, you tried really hard to do something but weren't able to do it. The next term is varsity. In high school, the team that has the most talented players on it is called the varsity team. The next term is junior varsity. In high school, the team that has the less talented players on it is called junior varsity. They still work very hard, but they're not as good at their sport as the varsity team. The next word is sponsor. A sponsor is when a person or a company pays for an event. They pay money for players to participate in events. Here's an example. This race car is sponsored by these companies that you can see in its stickers. These companies help to repair the sports car when it's broken, pay for its very expensive wheels and gasoline, and even pays the racer. Now that we know these terms, let's take a look at the life of Michael Jordan. Michael was born Michael Jeffery Jordan on February 17, 1963. He often goes by MJ, which is his favorite nickname for himself. Michael Jordan was born in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. I know all of you like to see a map that compares where we live in Oregon to the thing we're talking about. So let's look at this map. This blue dot is where we are in Oregon. The black dot is where Michael Jordan was born in Brooklyn. However, his family moved to North Carolina, the purple dot, when he was just a toddler. A toddler is a child that is under 4 years old. They moved here, the purple dot, Wilmington, North Carolina, and that's where he spent most of his life. Michael was born to Dolores, who was a banker, and James R. Jordan, who was an equipment supervisor. He had 4 brothers and sisters. The oldest was named Larry. His oldest sister was named Dolores. Then came Michael. Michael's younger brother was named James Jr., and his baby sister was named Rosalind. Michael Jordan had many failures in his career, and his first came when he was in high school. Michael was already playing lots of sports, but he loved basketball and tried out for the varsity team. Remember, the varsity team in a high school is the team of the most talented players. Unfortunately, in his sophomore year when he tried out, he did not make the team. He failed. They said he couldn't be on the team because he wasn't good enough at basketball. Rather than let this get him down, he was more determined than ever to get better at playing basketball. He trained daily and made sure that he was the very best player on the junior varsity team. All of this hard work played off, and the next year, his junior year of high school, he was given a spot on the varsity team. This quote is something he said about this time. He said, "Whenever I was working out and got tired and figured I should stop, I would close my eyes and see that varsity team list on the locker room without my name on it, and that usually got me going again." Michael continued to train hard and was rewarded with a great honor. In 1981, when he was just 18 years old, he was invited to play in the McDonald's All-Star Game. This game is held every year and is sponsored or paid for by the McDonald's restaurant. It is an honor to play in this game because they only ask the very best high school players in all of America and Canada to play. This game also helped Michael decide that he was good enough to play as a professional basketball player. The quote on this poster says, "Playing in the McDonald's All-Star basketball game gave me an opportunity to compare myself against the greatest high school players in the United States. I was just beginning to pursue basketball as a career and was questioning my skills. Participating in the game helped me build my confidence." In other words, being in this game showed him that he was an amazing player and that he could play professionally. After this, Michael started his college career. He played basketball for North Carolina University and won many successes and awards, including being named ACC Freshman Player of the Year, making the winning shot at the NCAA championship game, being selected for the NCAA All-American team 2 years in a row, winning the Naismith and Wooden College Player of the Year, and finally, in his junior year of college, being asked to join the Chicago Bulls, a professional basketball team. Michael had a very successful career with the Bulls. He quickly became a fan favorite, exciting the crowds and winning the love not only of his own team's fans, but often the fans from the other team they were playing against. His determination and drive would lead him to break numerous records and become the most awarded player in the history of the NBA. What's more, he is credited with increasing the popularity of basketball, not only in the United States but around the world, and inspiring the next generation of basketball players, including LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Kobe Bryant. You can't think of the word champion without thinking of Michael Jordan. While creating an incredible legacy in basketball, Michael also had a family. He married Juanita Van Oy in 1989 and had 3 children, Jeffrey, Marcus, and Jasmine. He and Juanita parted ways and decided to just be friends in 2006. Later, in 2013, he married Yvette Prieto. Although there is much more to the life and career of this hardworking player, we're going to stop here with a few good quotes from the legend himself. Michael is a huge promoter of the idea that failures are just steps to success. When you're reaching towards something you really want and you keep failing, just remember to keep fighting, practice hard, play hard, and love what you do. Here's a few quotes from the man himself. "I would tell players to relax and never think about what's at stake. Just think about the basketball game. If you start to think about who is going to win, you've lost your focus." Michael truly believes that loving the sport you play is more important than winning, and it's part of what makes him such a great player. "I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I cannot accept not trying." This is a great quote to remind us that we all fail and we will fail again and again, but to not try is the only true failure. "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I have been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed it. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed." Just another reminder that our failures are just steps that we need to take in order to get there. If you're trying to achieve, there will be roadblocks. I've had them. Everybody has them. But obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. This is one of my favorite things about Michael Jordan. As we go through life and try to get to where we want to go, try to have the job that we want to have, we will come across things that will get in our way. Instead of throwing our hands up saying it's too hard, find a way to work around our challenges, to work through it. Ask for help, try again, and you'll find that success is just around the corner. This last page is resources to continue your education about Michael Jordan. including 3 pages of information about his life, as well as a video compilation of his best shots in basketball of all time, and lastly, a documentary of his success.